So welcome to the German summer, which would be called a Siberian winter elsewhere. We are standing on the promenade of the Rhine River in Düsseldorf. I will call this day 10 of the 10 river bike trip, even though today we are not riding. It's a little cold, the weather forecast is rain, even though now there's a ray of sunshine and no rain, but I take it easy. Yesterday I did not film on my way from Cologne, and I bypassed the dome to Düsseldorf through all the suburbs, loads of traffic lights, slow going, rough bicycle path, oh my god, you name it. But I arrived here and the hotel is directly off the Königsallee, that famous street in Düsseldorf, where I could do all my shopping. Maybe right now, afterwards, I will go up that tower for a spectacular view. Let's see how much it costs. Tomorrow, I also take a shortcut to Hattingen on river number 4. I'm still not giving it away. I wanted to see the Rhine Orange monument on the banks of river number 4 and the Rhine River just south of Duisburg. But I think this will also fall into the water, as the Germans say, because the water will be falling from the sky. Nevertheless, there is hope. The weather should become better on the weekend, and then I can give you more spectacular videos. Now enough talking, let's explore Düsseldorf a little bit more. Worth millions. And that's where the people of Düsseldorf spend their nights and evenings. You can watch soccer, you can drink something, and the whole promenade is full of them. Actually, I like these bars. I would like to sit here and have a beer or two. But I'm not doing that, I'm on a bike trip. But nicely decorated, great view. And one is nicer than the other. And in the back starts the old city of Düsseldorf, which is called the longest Tresen of Germany, the longest bar table of Germany, because there's one bar after the other within the old city. So not only here on the Rhine with some deck chairs to give you some beach feeling, but not today. Too cold. I wonder what these three ladies have to say about the weather. They're probably also not so excited about it. And that's what I was talking about. One bar after the other. The whole street is actually one bar after the other. And here it caters for the Americans. German Schnitzel. What a surprise, you are in Germany. And this is the Town Hall Square. Not so spectacular, but nice enough to appear on this blog. And this market here is a direct competition to all the street markets in Istanbul. My god, you find everything here. Look at these olives. Oh, this is huge. This is a square of 100 by 100 meters and it's pick-pack full with everything. A little park just off the Königstraße near the banks of the Rhine, with a ray of sunshine. Swan Mama with her family. Ah. Hi, little guys. Oh, you are cute, aren't you? So this is the river Düssel, which gave Düsseldorf its name. It flows into the Rhine. It's just a little one, but such a little river, giving such a big city its name. Wow. So when you are doing a bike trip along some rivers, you see loads of ducks. Sometimes they just cross in front of me, whole duck families. So these ducks here are my reminders for all the hundreds of ducks I have already seen. And I don't remember on the Weser and the Elbe that I have seen so many. So this is duck country, and they are quite big. Even though now while they are lying down they don't look so big. Good Christmas dinner! Good morning everybody! Still freezing in Düsseldorf, and I'm standing right in the middle of the Königsallee. Now you will think, wow, really? This looks like a park. Yes, actually it is. That's the park in the middle of the alley. On my left side there are the 5-star shops. On my right side there are the 5-star hotels. So you can do 5-star shopping, 5-star dining and living, and then look out and see the swans in the canal. This canal is back from the 1850s or so, when Düsseldorf was a highly fortified city. But then the walls, they took them down, and they decided to fill up the rivers and canals and make it a park. The name for this King's Alley, Königsallee, which the Germans only call Kö, comes from a very peculiar incident from 1848, the year of the German Revolution. The people were kind of agitated and angry with the nobility, and the king came with his wagon and horses through the back then called Kastanienallee, Chestnut Alley. And the people were not happy about that. So one guy approached the king's carriage with some horse manure and threw it inside, and the king's clothes became dirty. Of course, the king was not amused and left the scene immediately. To make up for this incident, they decided to call the Chestnut Alley King's Alley instead. I don't really know if it worked, but now that's the name. I will take you a little bit through, first along the park, and then on the way back along the 5-star shopping. And here is Gucci. There the windows are being cleaned. So that was my morning stroll along the King's Alley, the Kö in Düsseldorf. And now I deserve a wonderful 5-star, even though I am not in a 5-star hotel, breakfast. Can't tell you how happy I am to be out of the suburban jungle. Leverkusen, Düsseldorf, Cologne. It went well, but it was a little bit too much for the Black Forest boy, who now lives in some Korea, where the cocks wake you up every morning at 4:30. That's more for me. And by the way, I just saw a sign of Neanderthal, which is a little valley just outside Düsseldorf. So you could say I'm following my family roots. You know, Neanderthal, that is one of the first findings of modern day man, the other one being somewhere in Africa. I'm even following a little river. Do I call that river number 11? But I don't even know its name. But I'm happy here, outside in the nature. Did I get lost or what? A Schwarzwald house? A Black Forest house? Outside Düsseldorf? I have to check my geography, but something seems wrong. So, hello, river number 4, the Ruhr, which is flowing quite fast here. I'm a little bit west of Hattingen, which I will reach soon, and I will follow you on Saturday for 140 kilometers. So I'm quite excited. And by the way, the river Ruhr gave the name to the Ruhrgebiet, which you know is that big industrial hub in the heart of Germany, where cities like Duisburg, Essen, Bochum, Mülheim, and what they are all called, they are mostly north of the Ruhr. And it is kind of surprising, in this huge industrial hub with millions of people living here, it's kind of a green oasis. Oh, I'm in love already with the river and with the bike path. If that stays like that, oh. And then you have all these industrial buildings, which sometimes have been renovated. This is a 4 or 5 star hotel. Some things are artistic or alternative buildings. So they have done a good job. Like 50 years ago, people used to live off coal mining here. Now nobody does. That was a Herculean task to do all that, but the unemployment rate is little now. So this is now an old industrial museum. It's called the Henrichshütte. Hütte meaning that they probably produced steel here, and to produce steel you need heat, so they used the coal which they could nearby find. When the coal became too expensive, they also had to stop making the steel, and now this is a museum. And then I see loads of artists have their workplaces in here. Hola Laura, you could work here. Maybe you would get that subsidized, I don't know. So, quite interesting. But even though it's raining, I have to give you this. This is history live. My God. You can only imagine how many people lost their jobs here. Yeah, there are all these pictures. So, Germans, not all the politicians did here was wrong. So, arrived in Hattingen and will take you through the old town. And an interesting day with this nice shot of a nice fountain in the pedestrian area of Hattingen. See you on the Ruhrtal Radweg.